Welcome back to Warren Chat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a good weekend. So, shout out to my buddy Stig Kenobi. He recommended that I see this. This is the 1973 Three Musketeers. There is a sequel that is not available on Vudu, sadly. The Four Musketeers. I will be looking for an alternative means to watch it. However, this movie has a great cast. I mean, Oliver Reed, Raquel Welch, Michael York, Richard Chamberlain, Frank Finley, Christopher Lee as Rochefort, Charlton Heston as Cardinal Richelieu, Jean-Pierre Cassel as Louis XIII. I mean, this movie is just so freaking great. Geraldine Chaplin as Anna of Austria. Faye Dunaway as Milady de Winter. She actually did a very good job in this as the Lady de Winter. I mean, this just has a great cast. D'Artagnan's father is played by Joss Ackland from Kid in King Arthur's Court, Lethal Weapon 2, and a few other movies. I believe Mighty Ducks, either 2 or 3. Mighty Ducks 3, I think it was. Great actor. I mean, this movie, though, the story, from what I understand, is actually closer to the events of the book that was written by, I forget his name. He's the same he's the same writer that wrote The Count of Monte Cristo as well. Alexandre Dumas, I believe. But, yes, young D'Artagnan is leaving for Paris so he can become a musketeer. Ends up having to duel the three musketeers that we all know, Aramis, Porthos, and Athos. And they also have to oppose Cardinal Richelieu in order to keep peace between France and England. This movie is so freaking good. They mark it as an action adventure, but I would also put comedy in there as well. Very much comedy, because holy crap, the amount of comedy that's in this film, I would have thought it was a straight up parody. I didn't expect it to be that much. Christopher Lee as Rochefort, he does such a good job playing him, especially in this film where he is literally playing a villain who is kind of a lackey to the Cardinal. Where when I first heard of Christopher Lee, it was from Star Wars Episode 2. And then I've seen a couple other films that he was in, obviously the Lord of the Rings films, but he does such great villainous roles. And I almost didn't recognize him at first when I heard his voice, but I did know his face in this film, because this was 50 years ago, and he did such a great job in it. The story is compelling. It's very different to the Three Musketeers I grew up with Charlie Sheen, Oliver Platt, Kiefer Sutherland, and Chris O'Donnell. However, it still is a great story to do, and I really do love the sword fighting, the choreography. There is a couple of mistakes where, there's one mistake where Athos, or was it Aramis? I think it was Athos, yeah. Oliver Reed gets stabbed in the neck. Steve told me about this, but I saw it in the film and it's like, oh shit, you know? He actually gets stabbed in the neck for real, and they kept it in the movie. He was only supposed to get cut on the neck, but he ended up getting stabbed. And there's a scene where D'Artagnan rides on, and then he's on his way back to save the Queen from being seen as a traitor. Excuse me. And he's riding back as the Three Musketeers, who originally were thought dead, are still alive, obviously. But Athos has fallen down a well, and he has to, or they're using a horse to get him out, and so D'Artagnan jumps off of his horse because it's too tired, and jumps on the horse that they're using, and then he cuts the rope that they're using to drag Aramis out of the well. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my freaking god, I cannot believe they did that. Raquel Welch as Constance de Bonacieux. She did very good acting. She kind of played a very ditzy character, but also a very serious character as well. I think she did a great job with it. This movie was so freaking well done. There are Anna of Austria or Geraldine Chaplin. They set it up for the four Musketeers in this movie, but I think that there's definitely going to be a romance between D'Artagnan and the Queen. It is kind of hinted at the end. But I really do like this film. I'm glad that it was recommended to me. I am going to start looking at semi-older films to do reviews on, and even older films. I am hoping that I am able to do Arsenic and Old Lace sometime this year. That is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. And I gotta say thank you to my Aunt Beck, rest in peace, who recommended that I watched it. She was rather insistent. She's like, just get your ass out here and watch it. And I watched it and I loved it. But yes, I am going to get some more movies reviews out for you all. Thank you so much to those who do watch the reviews. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much to everybody who's been supporting the channel. That's going to be this review. The objective score for this film. I would say that it is an 8 out of 10. There are some missteps. There are some mishaps. There are some things that make no sense. Those weird lamp things. It's like, it's clearly electrical. But it's still a fun movie. Subjectively, this movie is a 9. I really enjoy it. Moviegoer, I gotta say, this movie is about a 9. I checked my watch at least once, or rather my phone, to check the time. But I honestly did like it. I really did like this movie. 9 out of 10, definitely. So that's going to be the review, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked it, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Did you see this movie? What did you think? Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know all your thoughts. This has been Orange Chat Reviews, folks. Have a wonderful weekend. And always remember, stay humble.